Welcome back to our Let's Play episode. I think we're at 48 now, and look at these boxes. Oh, they're so full of Christmas presents. We are going to do something today that I have yet to do. And let me see here. We have been in this world for... I gotta turn this back on. We have been in this world for... Where are my days? Hold on. Where are the days? Ah, we've been in this world so many days, I don't even know anymore. I don't see it. I think I broke it. Well, we have been in this world a lot longer than most worlds. Normally, I've built everything I want to build, and then I go off for the early game again, because I enjoy that. But I'm monologuing again. What we're going to do today is a world tour. Now, I've never done a world tour before, but we've been here a really long time. I want to say it's pushing 4,000 Minecraft days. and a lot has changed. So what do you say we go back to the very beginning and show you all the different little things that we've built over the last, well, since August of last year. Do you guys remember this? Let's see what we got here. Where does this go? Oh, so it goes on, huh? Well, that's kind of complicated. So how are they supposed to get up to work? I don't know. It would be really cool if it was terraformed. Let's do it. Let's make this home. How about that audio, huh? It was my first episode. So how about it now? Does it look a little different? Let's go take a look. So the idea behind this was to terrace everything and put these little buildings in here. And originally, like this little cute, isn't it just adorable? This, every single one of these had villagers and had jobs. So theoretically, they should still be here. I don't see anybody. Do you? Yeah, it was kind of strange. I don't understand really what happened. We put these in here and populated it, and everybody was happy. And then the next thing you know, they're all gone. Part of it was villager AI. And what happened was is that they would go up the stairs, clunk, but they wouldn't go back down. Even if they had a job and a bed and all that other jazz, they would simply go up the stairs and then they would never pathfind their way back down. So I had to put all these gates in, which kind of negated the whole purpose. But I kept building and having fun, and we kept adding to it, and more jobs and more villagers to disappear. Gotta go to the loft. Gotta go to the loft. Yeah. But ultimately, the only guys that made it that lasted were the guys that lived in here, all the way down here at the bottom. And, oh, that's not the right room. Sorry. Come back around here. Oh, and these original houses. So, FYI, if you're planning on building a terraced village for your happy little villagers, give it some very careful consideration because they might just disappear. But on this side of the river, things worked out much better. We really didn't have the villagers disappearing, probably because I have them all fenced in. Oh, and this behind me, this was our very first iron farm. Now, when I built this originally, I was kind of on the fence with it. I wasn't really experienced or practiced at making things look natural. Because believe it or not, that's supposed to be a tree. I was like, well, now that you say it, no, it doesn't look like a tree. But it's an iron farm, and I'll show you. This was kind of my own design. I'm not real thrilled about putting... What are you doing up here, farmer? You're not supposed to be here. Yeah, you. There. Oh, hang on. I gotta turn these guys down. Where is it? Bad guys. Shut up. I'm monologuing. I don't know why that farmer's up here. You're not growing any carrots in a dead tree. Anywho, the important thing about this is that behind those pictures, let's see if I can hit it. Boink. Is a bad guy. You're kind of in the way. I'm trying to give a tour and you're not helping. Let's try this one. See? Bad guy. Oh, and he has a message. What's he say? Subscribe, please. Wow. Well, how did that get there? But this was important because I don't like locking villagers up in one block areas. So what this does is there's enough distance between the bed and the zombie so that they can actually go to sleep. Meaning they're not constantly stressed out, right? I mean, that just that doesn't really go for me and how I want to play the game. And then the result for their fear would actually be this little platform where they would launch off and fall down to the lava chamber. And the point of the lava chamber was to get the iron golem away from the villagers as quickly as possible to increase spawn rates. All in all, I was very happy with the performance. I just wasn't happy with the aesthetics, but it was my first time trying. This little village over here, that's a different story. We had a lot more fun and a lot more practice, and it's kind of interesting because a lot of these trees are naturally spawned. I just nailed them with a whole bunch of bone meal and then added some leaves and some, I don't know, bling. And yeah, I was very, very happy with how these came out. I don't know how many villagers are in here, but they seem to be the same ones when I come back to trade with them. I think it's all about the fencing and the level platforms. Then we built this little horse barn over here for my favorite. Oh, I got to show you this. For my favorite person in the entire world. Or, I'm sorry. My favorite donkey in the entire world. Lightning! Isn't he the greatest? Oh, Lightning and I have had many adventures. And he deserves a nice place. Next was our starter base, and I have to say, I was really happy with how that came out. What's the phrase? Exceeded expectations? We've got some storage. We've got an ender chest, which came later, actually. We got an enchantment table. Oh, and this is my favorite part. Look. I come over here. Stand up against the wall. Hang on. And isn't that awesome? It's the little things in life, you know? This one was actually one of my first designs or my first times using Lightmatica. And if you've never used Lightmatica or heard about it and are kind of on the fence, I highly recommend it. It makes things so much easier. You can take your time building things in creative with unlimited resources and then copy that as in the form of a schematic and then bring it over and build it in survival. A lot of the things that I've built in this world, I would not have been able to build without it. So if you're on the fence about Lightmatica, give it a look-see. Check it out. Next is our one-of-a-kind nether portal. Slunk. Hang on. That also was made from bone milling trees. So that's a naturally spawned design. Then, of course, I have all my guardians in here. I brought them because I was told that they would attack mobs. And turns out, I don't think they attack anything. Maybe they attack drown, but up here in the mountaintop, I don't see a lot of drowns. And then, if we actually go through our nether portal, I put these little pathways in everywhere. And they take me all over. Like on that sign, you can see the end or the cave village, which is important. This one was the enchanted books. Let's do enchanted books first. Oh, there's another mines. Don't want to see that. Snowy village. Enchanted books. Let's do that one. I actually brought a warden in here once by accident. Well, it wasn't by accident. I definitely wanted to see him get battled by a bunch of mobs, but turns out he was one-hitting everybody. This guy's going to be mean. I can see. Blink. And up we go. This glass was in here to keep gas from spawning on me. And we are out. And over here for the enchanted books, we built a one-of-a-kind village, if you will, all the way up here at build height. And these guys I brought from the snowy village because when you're up at altitude, things get very cold. And I thought it would be more realistic to have villagers who were acclimated to the cold. Oh, check this out. This little symbol here in the middle. Hang on. F4, boink. Ah, our yin and yang. How appropriate, right? It's a sort of knowledge-based thing. I built this up at World Height because I wanted the achievement where you buy a book at World Height. Unfortunately, I was in the middle of building it and a wandering trader came up here and I bought something from him and I got the achievement and wasn't recording. What a waste. Oh man, was I disappointed. All that work. So yeah, these guys are up here at World Height and of course we got all our enchantment books labeled and then they've got living quarters down here. Come on. There we go. Yeah, we've got a little section here. I think this is the you see that little bridge out there, the dirt bridge? Mr. E and I had a contest to see who could bucket clutch the best. Spoiler alert, I lost. And then over here we have a ores section. We got some ores all stashed away. And then over here, oh yeah, here we go. A map. Yeah, I never finished that. And then lastly, over here we have our armor section. Now, all of that came from a zombie spawner that I forgot to show you. I'll have to remember that. That's what happens when you're in the world for a long time. You forget all the things you do. Oh, and one more thing. Still haven't got that guy yet, huh? This platform is actually floating in midair, so don't mind the water column. I haven't taken it down yet. But yeah, this would be my... what do you call this? Cloud City Trading Hall? Oh, he got him. Going back over to our starter base, I think the next thing we built in this world was this little village over here. This is my totem village. Instead of building a little contraption where you constantly swing in an armor stand, I thought we'd do this the fun way. Here we actually start raids and do it the old-fashioned way. Fight them hand to hand. These berries keep the mobs at bay, and the little iron golems there, for whatever reason, always want to end up on one side. They help us with the fighting. It's not anywhere near as efficient as an actual machine, but it sure is a lot more fun. And of course, all these guys can be traded with, and I always keep an extra spare one of these guys. What do you trade? Remember, what was it? Infinity. That's pretty appropriate for a bow. And then over here we have our, I guess, newest edition. This one is Halloween themed. We just built this recently. Inside of here we have something very precious. We have plunk pumpkin heads, pumpkinhead soldiers. Those are regular zombies. There's a drowned. There's a skeleton. I've started myself a collection. I need a husk yet, and I need the guys from the snowy realms, and I need a camel jockey. Or not a camel jockey, a spider jockey. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? The skeleton guy that rides around on the spider. I literally have no idea how I'm going to catch that guy, but he's on my list. And of course, this is all against the beautiful setting of a haunted village, right? I thought that was pretty appropriate for a pumpkin theme sort of thing. This build was difficult, but a whole lot of fun. But of course, we've yet to see the real attraction of this show. The industrial district. All right, so let me see if I can hit this. I practice this all season. Can I hit it? Nailed it. And this is our... Don't pay attention to that. That's ugly. This is our industrial district. What do you guys think, huh? Let's do this one first. Oh, coming around, coming around, coming around. Dun, 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 dun. Ow! This is our solarium where all of our stonecutter guys are at, and this is so I can sell. That gives me infinite emeralds. We've got a little bit of living quarters in here. Nothing snazzy. Hey, that's where you are. I've been looking all over for you. Well, you're staying inside. I got a little decorative pond. Then we got living quarters. Then, of course, we go upstairs. You saw that on the way down briefly. This is a neat little area. I'm not sure if it's functional or not because the distance between here and the beds. Again, these guys pathfind their way up and they don't pathfind their way back down. So if I was to do it all over again, I'd probably lower the distance a little bit. But you live and learn, right? Then over here, give me some... This is actually our... These are our farmers. These guys give me carrots, right? And, oh yeah, these guys up here. Let's see if I can reach it. They give me honeycomb. I think one of these actually has bottles. Ah! Yeah, that one has one, and then the dude's stuck. Let me not hit this guy because he would be mad. And more bottles. Okay. This was really an enjoyable build. I really enjoyed this. I like to put as much purpose into each build as possible, so that's why we have the farmers and the honeycomb all kind of tied together. Every now and then a bee escapes, but for the most part, I think we got it figured out. And then moving on, we have... Oh, I got some boxes I need to clean up. Down over here, attached to our farmers, are the industrial farms. Kind of makes sense, huh? We've got the corn. That's not corn. Carrots. I know it starts with a C. We got potatoes. We've got, what are these? These are pumpkins and watermelons. And of course, this was our initial, it's not lossless. Our, what is this? Brain fart. For making rockets and paper, whatever this is. What's it say? Sugarcane. Yeah. The brain, it's there, but it's not always firing on all cylinders, you know? And then over here, we've got our nether wart. And of course, this is all automated. Let me go over here real quick, show you. So I don't hit myself. Push the little lever. Water pushes it all off. Doing, 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 doing. Shoots it up in there. Boink. We go back. And then we replant. And then moving on, we have our little shoots. I just finished these. Poink. Ah! We try again. Poink. Wasn't ready. Ah, yes. This is the iron generator. There's a lot of villagers down there. Point of fact, there's 24 villagers over there, which gives me basically 8 iron generators. And of course, we've got a massive collection system down here, which I really don't want to go into. And when this thing is running, it produces a lot. Let's see, let's turn this back on. I've been robbing it like mad, but yeah. We have more than enough iron than we're ever going to need. So once the objective was fulfilled, I let the villagers out. As I mentioned before, I really don't like leaving villagers locked up in small areas. So for me, the gameplay is much, much more entertaining when I allow them to fulfill their programming. Doesn't this place look awesome at night? Ah, the sound of free iron. This is our stone room, and for the record, that is not my design. I have no mental capacity for that. I could barely follow the tutorial. But this thing is a beast. Let me hear. I got back up here. See if I can remember how to do this. I think you click the lever, then push the button, and push the button, and then get out of the way. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it's kicking it up. Of course, it goes across and into a collection system. Yeah, this thing is a beast, I'm telling you. I don't remember the name of the guy that did it, but he's awesome. Then we have our super smelter for smelting our cobblestone into smooth stone, which I use to sell and make emeralds. And of course we have our 32 or half stack lava generator. And of course this is all tied into these guys. Hey, your boys are upstairs. Why don't you go get them and bring them back down? It's almost time for lunch. Yeah. Like, no, I never liked him anyhow. And then over here, we have another exit. We have, this is our bone mill generator. Now, it's small. It's got a decent footprint, and it does have decent output. Let's see here. Blink. Yeah, it works pretty good. But if you were in a high demand situation, you'd want this probably tiered up 2 or 3 levels. It's a really great design for a location where you're at all the time because it just sits quietly in the background and does its thing. You're probably not going to provide for the whole server, but it's certainly going to provide enough for you. Total disclosure, that wasn't my design either, nor was this thing. And this thing is also a beast. This is my sea pickle machine. And it really, really works. With me living here in the coral reef and all that jazz, sea pickles come in pretty handy. So yeah, I ran it for about 45 minutes and I'm probably never going to have to run it again. But if you want a sea pickle farm, check that one out. And then the last room we have was our portal room. But if you saw last week's episode, you probably already know it's not going to be a portal room. The best laid plans. And speaking of plans, would you like to see a sneak peek of what's coming? I don't want to do too much in the way of spoilers, but it's going to be big. Well, sadly, that is all the fun we've got time for this week. If you found value from this visual insanity, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe. But better yet, have a very Merry Christmas and the happiest of New Year's. Thanks so much for being with me on this journey. And I can't leave without saying, remember, when you're building a world, find a way to treasure the process and build it your way. Thanks for watching, everybody.